Welcome to Mission APSC AJ YouTube channel. আজি আপোনালোকৰ কাৰণে লৈ আহিছো সাৰ্ভেইঙৰ এটা শৰ্ট ৰিভিজন ভিডিও। এই ভিডিওটোত আমি মেইনলি সাৰ্ভেইঙৰ একেবাৰে ষ্টাৰ্টিঙৰ পৰা একেবাৰে এন্ডিঙলৈকে গোটেইখিনি টপিক ইন শৰ্ট কভাৰ কৰিবলৈ ট্ৰাই কৰিম। যদি ভিডিওটো চাই আপোনালোকে উপকৃত হোৱা বুলি ভাবে কাইন্ডলি ভিডিওটো লাইক, শেয়াৰ এণ্ড চেনেলটো সাবস্ক্ৰাইব কৰিবলৈ নাপাহৰিব। ফাৰ্ষ্ট ইম্পৰ্টেণ্ট পইণ্টটো হৈছে আৰ্থৰ শেপটো কি হয়। The shape of the earth is oblate spherical. Okay, আমি directly spherical বুলি নকওঁ, oblate spherical বুলি কওঁ। Next, polar axis or length to কিমান হয়? The length of polar axis is mainly 12713.80 km and equatorial axis length is 12756.75 km and their difference is 42.95 km. The polar axis length and equilateral axis length or equatorial axis length or major difference to is 42.95 kilometers. Now very important ami classification keneke koru surveying for classifications of surveying we have several classification tar bhitor sobotke important classification to hoise on the basis of the surface. যদি আমি গুটে আর্ট সারফেস তোর যেটো কার্ভেচার এফেক্ট হেতু যদি আমি কনসিডার করো দেন উই ক্যান সে জিওডেটিক সার্ভে আর যদি কনসিডার নকৰো তেতিয়া কও আমি প্লেন সার্ভে। সো প্লেন সার্ভে সদায় স্মল এরিয়ার কারণে ইউজফুল হয়। দিস টার্ম ইজ ভেরি ইম্পর্টেন্ট 195.5 কিলোমিটার স্কয়ার। সো প্লেন সার্ভের কারণে মেইনলি 195.5 কিলোমিটার স্কয়ার অতকে সৰু এরিয়ার কারণে প্লেন সার্ভেইং কৰা হয়। আৰু জেনারেলি ফর জিওডেটিক সার্ভে ইট ইজ ইউজড ফর লার্জ এরিয়া। Next, line joining 2 points is a line in case of plane surveying, whereas in case of geodetic surveying, line is an arc because I am arthur curvature to consider korisu. Surface kuntu besi accurate hobo, geodetic surveying to accurate hobo karon ami tata surface to actual jito shape of the earth ami consider korisu he karone to accurate hobo. Next, horu type or jikhini structure hoy ba project hoy, small projects hebilakot ami generally plane surveying use koru. Suppose a bridge hok, dam hok, that ami plane surveying use koribo paru. But bahut eta dangor survey koribo loga hol, bahut huge area etar karone if you use to establish the control points for a plane survey then we use geodetic surveying. So he karone geodetic survey plumb line bilak radial hoy, radial to the center of the earth. Okay, tar bisote we have various scale ami measurement koribole various scales ase like plane scale on mone rakhibo duta dimension on ami measure koribo paru, that is length in kilometer or meter. Okay, next we have diagonal scale ot ami mainly 3 successive dimension ami measure koribo paru, 3ta dimension successively measure koribo paru. So diagonal scale keneke bonwa hoy kuntu principle ot basis kori, this is based on the similarity of the triangle. Next we have vernier scale ot ako duta type of vernier scale ase. One is direct vernier. Direct vernier is calibrated in same direction as of main scale. So main scale or jito direction hoy vernier scale or same direction hoy. So generally n division of the vernier scale is equal to n-1 division of main scale. Jodi total 10 division thake vernier scale or then it will be equal to the 9 division of the main scale teneke design kora hoy. So teneke amar ase retrograde vernier, bahut bar important question today, what is retrograde vernier? So jot vernier scale aru main scale or direction to opposite hoy, vernier scale moves in the opposite direction of the main scale. That point is important. So if you see the extended vernier formula to say n into v equal to 2n minus s, teneke ketiaba vernier less count or kotha hode, less count is basically s divided by n. Okay, next shrunk scale ki hoy, shrunk scale mane mainly original scale or pra kiman to shrunk korile scale to, that is called shrunk scale, right? So he karone ami syncrease factor e multiply kori dio, original scale or logo jodi ami syncrease factor e multiply kori dio tak ami shrunk scale bili ko. So syncrease factor ki hoy, syncrease factor mane hoise shrunk length kiman aru actual length actually kiman hoy. So tar jito ratio that is called syncrease factor. Tar bisote drawing sheet or size bilak yate mention ase, A0 drawing sheet or size kiman kenuka dhornor. Then we have representative fractions. representative fraction very important exam ot hode. What is the ratio representative factor? It is basically map distance divided by ground distance. Tar pisote ahe shrinkage ratio অলপ আগতে আমি ডিসকাস কৰিলে shrunk length divided by original length. আৰু in terms of scale আমি লিখিব পাৰো shrunk scale divided by original scale. tar pisote correct distance on the map keneke ami map ot correct distance to find korim. Measured distance on the map we have to divide with the help of this shrinkage ratio or shrinkage factor. Teneke correct area ami keneke korim. So area ক্ষেত্ৰত আমি স্কয়াৰ কৰি দিম shrinkage factor of measured area on the map divided by shrinkage factor square. Now we have wrong scale আৰু wrong scale related কিছুমান numerical frame হয়. So formula to মনত ৰাখিব. Actually main formula is true into true equal to false into false. So correct length is basically representative fraction of wrong scale divided by representative fraction of correct scale divided into measured length. তেনেকে যদি এৰিয়া হলে আমি দুইটা wrong scale আৰু correct scale ৰ representative factor আমি স্কয়াৰ কৰি দিম into measured area. Minor control points are measured with higher degree of precision. So jodi minor control points ami measure koribo lagia hoy ami higher degree of precision use koribo lagibo aru major control points ami lower degree of precision to ami find koribo paru. Tar pisote spherical triangular property apnaloke sabo pare. Spherical triangle mainly A or B or C jikhini angles hoy heblak 180 degree ke horu hoy aru sum to hoday 180 degree aru 540 er bhitorot thake. Then sum of any two sides should be greater than the third side. Duta side or jodi ami plus koru spherical triangular that should be greater than the value of C, that is other side. Now very important list count exam ot hude kuntut kiman list count thake. Vernier theodolite or list count is 20 second. Electronic theodolite or list count is 1 second, whereas piezometric compass or 30 second and surveyor compass or 15 second. Then leveling staff or 5 mm, dumpy level or 5 mm, metric chain or 20 cm. Theodolite or jodi main scale or list count huda jay that is 20 minute, and jodi vernier scale or list count huda jay then that will be 20 second. Next nowadays total station is widely used. Total station or jodi angular mainly accuracy to huda jay ba list count to huda jay that will be 1 second and the distance is 5 mm. So 5 mm like distance measure koribo pare in case of two telestation and the angle is 1 second. Coming to the next ami mainly some কিছুমান important formulas and important concept like ami jetia ranging koru eta ranging ami ko direct ranging eta ko ami indirect ranging. So prothomote ami direct ranging tor bikhoye saisu. Direct ranging is possible when station are intervisible. Jetia station eta ituk dekha pai thake then we can say it is direct ranging. So direct ranging ami sokur direct ba eye jugedi directly ami sabo paro because duita visible hoy ba ami line ranger use koribo paro. But indirect ranging ot ki hoy it is done if the stations are invisible due to the elevated area or a long side distance. So ami directly tate ranging koribo nwaro. We are using some trigonometric concept to find the distance between two stations because uporot mountainous regions ahi gol by any kind of obstruction ahi gol, right? So exam ot mainly kisuman question repeatedly huda jay like incorrect length of the tapor jodi length to incorrect hoy hetu tar error to ki bili koy. So incorrect length of the tap that may be cumulative positive hobo pare cumulative negative hobo pare. So it can be positive or negative. Bait ranging hole error to hoday positive hobo. Tar pisote tap is not stressed horizontally. Obviously jodi tap to bhalke stress kora nohoy horizontally the error will be positive and the correction should be negative. Like teneke tap jodi not stressed straight and straight but both ends in line then also the error is cumulative positive. Next tap correction or related kisuman formula ase like jodi length to increase hoy then error is negative correction is positive. Jodi length to decrease hoy error is positive correction is negative. Or the formula is nothing but length is equal to L dash into L dash by L, right? So teneke temperature correction or karone error is negative hoy jodi temperature to increase hoy error will be negative, correction will be positive. Jodi temperature to decrease hoy the error will be positive and the correction will be negative, and the formula is Ct is equal to alpha Tm minus T naught into L, where T are nothing but temperature and alpha is the coefficient of thermal expansion and L is the length. Teneke poolor karone jitu formula hoy important hoy yar upor basis kori numerical hude Pm minus P naught, these are nothing but load difference divided by actual areas divided by this E into actual length. Teneke sec correction bahut bar exam hude sec correction is always positive, slope correction is always positive, sec correction no hoy sec error is always positive, slope error is always positive, whereas sec correction is always negative, slope correction is always negative. So slope or formula to sauk h square by 2l ba ami enekeo likhibo paru 2i into sin square theta by 2l into sin square theta by 2 tenekeo likhibo paru. Teneke ami segor jitu formula hoy eto mano rakhibo w square l 24 n square by p square. tar pisote bed ranging or karneu jitu correction hoy that is always negative. So ketiaba hude sec correction is always positive or negative, the answer will be always negative. So tenuka dhonor questions frame hoy. tar pisote error due to incorrect chaining, so correct length is equal to nothing but measured length into incorrect chain length divided by standard chain length. tar pisote in chain serving field work limited to linear measurement only, chain serving ot ami only linear measurement koru, angular measurement chain survey nahi, angular measurement koribole ami compass survey koribo lage. Size of the field book ketiba hudibo pare jikhon ami field book use koru tar size to kiman 20 cm pora 12 cm. tar pisot correction per chain per 10 links at a slope is 1.5 a by 100. tar pisote correction applied for each chain length along theta slope is L is equal to 1 minus cos theta. Hypotential allowance kiman hoy L sec theta minus 1. So type of error in linear measurement ami te olof agot study kori aisilo ki cumulative positive error, cumulative negative error, ebile actually ki hoy cumulative or systematic errors are the occurs in the same direction and tends to accumulate. To tenuka bilakok ami cumulative error bili ko. Cumulative error hodai it is proportional to the length of the line. Next, compensative by accidental error, these are not occurred in the same direction, these are random error, or you can say this is compensative error is square root of original length or proportional hoy. tar pisot we have two main compass, one is prismatic compass, another is surveyor compass. Prismatic compass on magnetic needle thake, whereas surveyor compass on H bar type hoy. Prismatic compass on graduated ring attached kori thua hoy and the needle do not rotate with the box, whereas surveyor compass attaches with the box and rotate along with the box. tar pisote prismor hoyat prismatic compass reading lua hoy, but yate directly box to sai pelai surveyor compass reading lua hoy. Sighting aru reading ekaloge simultaneously prismatic compass koribo pari, but surveyor compass sighting aru reading ekaloge koribo nwari. Most importantly prismatic compass or jikhini reading hoy hekhini whole circle bearing system ot ahe, whereas surveyor compass jikhini reading ahe hekhini amar ahe quadrilateral bearing system ot. Bearing of the line measured in the magnetic north in clockwise direction, so hodai prismatic compass ot clockwise direction ot bearing measure kora hoy aru hodai north or pra starting hoy, whereas surveyor compass ot bearing of a line measured eastward or westward duta direction ot bearing measure koribo pari, hoy eastward or falor pra nohoy westward or pra westward from north or south whichever is nearer. So eto basically quadrilateral bearing system ot measure koribo pare. Next we have important definitions. Hudi thake two bearing ki hoy, magnetic bearing ki hoy, arbitrary bearing ki hoy. Mainly bearing of the line refers to the horizontal true north. Jodi true north to refer kore then we can say true bearing. Jodi magnetic north to refer kore magnetic meridian, or arbitrary hoise horizontal angle between the arbitrary meridian of a line. Okay. tar pisot we have conversion of quadrilateral bearing system to WCB, ekhini conversion sobe janai. So keneke ami bibhinno dhoroner quadrant ot thakile ami keneke whole circle or qbile ba qbir pora whole circle bearing system le nibo paru, he gote khini chart tabulated form ot yate ase. tar pisot for bearing ki hoy bearing of the line in the progresses of the survey. What is break bearing? Bearing of a line taken opposite direction of the survey. Next, forward bearing or back bearing or relationship is nothing but back bearing is equal to forward bearing plus minus 180 degree. Jodi forward bearing to 180 degree ke horu hoy, then ami plus kori dim, or forward bearing to jodi 180 degree ko dangor hoy, teti ami minus 180 korim. Let's suppose forward bearing is given as 320. We'll deduct 180 degree and we'll say that back bearing is 320 minus 120 degree. So teneke ami korim. Next, this sequence is aru eta important kotha monor rakhibo. Generally, যদি আমাৰ কোৱাড্ৰেটেল বিয়াৰিং সিস্টেম থাকে তেতিয়া হলে আমি ফৰৱাৰ্ড বিয়াৰিংৰ পৰা বেক বিয়াৰিং কনভাৰ্ট কৰিবলৈ ইমান বেছি ডিফিকাল্টিজ নাহে জাস্ট আমি নৰ্থ ডাইৰেকশন টু সাউথেৰে ৰিপ্লেস কৰি দিম আৰু ইষ্ট ডাইৰেকশন টু ওয়েস্টেৰে ৰিপ্লেস কৰি দিম সাপোজ এটা বিয়াৰিং দি দিলে নৰ্থ 30 ওয়েস্ট সো আমি কি কৰিম নৰ্থটো আমি ৰিপ্লেস কৰি দিম সাউথ আৰু ওয়েষ্টটো আমি ইষ্ট ৰিপ্লেস কৰি দিম মানে S30E so that will be the you can say back pairing of that line. Tar pisote ahile local temporary adjustment prismatic compass or temporary adjustment keneke kora hoy. First ami korim centering, then we will go for leveling. Tar pisote ami focusing of the prism korim. Tar pisot local attraction ki hoy? Local attraction is the disturbance of the magnetic needle from its normal under the influence of magnetic substance. So magnetic substance or presence hole mainly amar jebila reading hoy, these are affected and that term is known as local attraction. Next, these lines are very important. Isoclinic lines ki hoy points of equal dip, acylinic lines hoy points of zero dip, aru isogonic lines hoy points of equal declination, aru ionic lines hoy point of zero declination. Bahut bar exam ot hude point of zero declination or line tur naam ki agonic lines. Okay, teneke points of zero dipor line to ki aclinic lines. So tenuka dhoroner optional questions from hoy. Next we have variation of magnetic declinations. So we have several type of variations like secular variation, annual variation, diurnal variation, irregular variation. So yare bhitor diurnal variation to ketiba exam ot huda dekha jay. So secular variation is nothing but due to over a long period of time due to the gradual shift of Earth's magnetic field. Earth magnetic field khon gradually shift hoar karone jitu variation ahe, that variation is called secular variation. What is annual variation? Due to the revolution of Earth around the sun. So পৃথিৱী সূৰ্যৰ চাৰিওফালে যেহেতু ৰিভলভ কৰি আছে তাৰ কাৰণে যেটো ভেৰিয়েচন হয় that is annual variation. তাৰ পিছতে we have diurnal or diurnal variation. So yate etu hoy basically due to rotations of Earth about its own axis. It is more at poles in a day and summer in a time. Tar pisote irregular variation hoise due to the magnetic disturbance in Earth's magnetic field. Tar pisote magnetic declination ki hoy? Magnetic declination is basically two meridian or pra jetia magnetic meridian ami deduct kori dim, then we will get the magnetic declination, or you can say it is horizontal angle between the two meridian and magnetic meridian. So bahut bar exam ot hodise what is declination? Horizontal angle between the meridian, two meridian and the magnetic meridian. Tar pisote aru eta important point hoy angle of dip. It is the inclination angle of needle to the horizontal plane. Horizontal plane or logo needle to jitu angle inclination hoy thake that will be the angle of dip. So equator thikane ki hobo 0 hobo and the magnetic pole kiman hobo 90 hobo. Bahut bar hodise magnetic pole angle of dip kiman? Answer is 90. Magnetic equator angle of dip kiman? Answer is 0. Tar pisote closing error karone ami mainly departure aru latitude ekhini sao the actual distance which the transverse fails to close the traverse this survey. Tar karone ami duta equation sao the summation of L equal to 0 and summation of D not equal to 0. So hegita sai pele ami mainly closing error to find koribo paru. So closing error karone ami ki koru summation of L square plus summation of D square kori diu and root loi lo. So theta jitu value ahibo that is will be the closing error. Tar pisote traverse balancing or karone kisuman assumptions ase ei rule bor upor question ahe bodies ba compass rule ki koy use where the angle and distance are measured with the same precision. These are used in closed traverse. So jodi amar angular distance duita same precision hoy bale duita eketa accuracy ami measure kori aso enuka no hoy ki angle to bahut beshi accurately measure kori aso distance to bahut beshi non accurately measure kori aso tenuka no hoy ami equal precision of angle and distance measure kori aso. So tetia যিটো তেনেকুৱা টাইপৰ ট্ৰাভাৰ্চিংটোক আমি কওঁ বৌডিছ ৰোড অৰ বৌডিছ ট্ৰাভাৰ্চিং তাৰপিছতে ট্ৰানজিট মেথড কি হয় It is used for angular measurement and these are more precise. Angular measurement jeti amar besi precise hoy than the linear measurement. Suppose ami total station loi pelai angular measurement loi asu aru whereas ami chain loi pelai linear measurement loi asu. That means ki ami angular measurement hini bahut precisely loi asu whereas linear measurement khini ami precisely loa nai tetia hol hetu koi transit method. Tar pisote axis method correction are applied only to the length and angles. যদি আমি কাৰেকশ্যন বিলাক অকল লেন্থ বা এংগলতহে মেজাৰ কৰোঁ দেন উই কেন সে ইট ইজ এক্সিছ মেথড তেনেকৈ আমাৰ উই হেভ গ্ৰাফিকেল মেথড আমাৰ গ্ৰাফিকেল মেথডো আছে চ' হিয়াৰ ইউ কেন সে দিছ আৰ ইউজ ফৰ ৰাফ গ্ৰাফিকেল মেথড বা ৰাফ ৱৰ্কবিলাকৰ কাৰণে ইউজ কৰা হয় দেন উই হেভ included angle traverse kiman hoy sum of included angle in case of closed traverse is 2n minus 4 into 90 degree n mane kiman numbers of you can say line ase he keta teneke sum of external angle is 2 into number of lines plus 4 into 90 degree tar pisote degree of accuracy traversing on 1 degree first order traversing or karone accuracy 6 minute root over n hoy teneke second degree karone 15 minute root over n third degree karone 30 minutes third order karone 30 minutes n hoy teneke minor theodolite karone 1 second n hoy so teneke ekhini degree of accuracy ase tar pisote curves curve apnaloke mon dibo lage term bilakor related kuntu ki koy so back tangent kuntu hoy forward tangent kuntu hoy length of curve kuntu koy long chord kuntu koy point of intersection kuntu point of tangent kuntu hekhini important hoy so tangent length or formula to mone rakhiba because tangent length uliabole keteba exam hude r into tan theta by 2 what is r r is basically the radius and theta is this angle this central angle r tan theta by 2 tenike mid ordinate r1 minus cos theta by 2 apex distance r sec theta by 2 minus 1 length of long chord keteba hude long chord or length to uliabole 2r sin theta by 2 length of the curve is pi r theta divided by 180 degree then radius and versine relation in curve so these are some formulas of related to radius and versine relations tar pisote curve setting koribole kisuman method ase by ordinate from long route long chord or hohayot ordinate draw kori pele ami curve setting koribo paru then we have very important offset from the tangent so offset distance ami keneke find koru x square by 2r so these are some of the formulas related to curve tar pisote this relationship exam ot paye hodi thake 30 meter karone radius of curve is 1720 divided by d degree meter 20 karone 1146 10 or karone 570 and 100 feet or karone 5730 d by feet tar pisote ahile leveling line leveling or khetrot kisuman line apunaloke mone rakhibo pare level line or definition to is a line laying on the level surface normal to the plumb bob line or a line parallel to the mean spherical surface of the earth teneke horizontal line it is tangential to the level line on the horizontal plane so keteba exam hudibo horizontal line level line or logot ki hoy so it is tangential teneke level surface ki hoy both by definition hude parallel to the mean spheroidal surface of the earth so the surface which is parallel to the mean spheroidal surface of the earth is known as answer will be level surface so tenuka dhonor questions hai tenike horizontal surface a surface tangential to the level surface at any point then datum is the surface to which elevations are referred benchmark it is a fixed reference point of known elevation and it is established by split leveling so benchmark keneke establish kora hoy split leveling or hoy tar pisot reduced level ki hoy it is the height of any point with respect to mean sea level or pura jikono eta bostur jitu height hoy that is called reduced level tar pisote level line ki hoy line laying on the level surface normal to the plumb line or a line parallel to the mean spherical surface of the earth tar pisot we have compound length or free from spherical aberration this is called achromatic lens tar pisot resolving power is basically power of telescope to form distinguishable image of objects separated by small angular distance tar pisote chromatic aberrations the deflection which is blurred and colored image is formed so that is called chromatic absorption then we have aru kisuman important term apnaloke mone rakhibo pare first is কণ্টৰ ইণ্টাৰভেল কোনটো কি হয় ফ্লেট হলে 0.2 পৰা 0.5 হয় কণ্টৰ ইণ্টাৰভেল ৰুলিং হলে 0.5 পৰা 1 হিলি হলে 1 পৰা 1.5 পৰা 2 ভিতৰত হয় সো তেনেকুৱা ধৰণৰ টেবুল আপোনালোকে মনত ৰাখিব পাৰে তাৰ পিছতে মেথড অফ কণ্টৰিং এণ্ড ইজ সুইটেবলি ডাইৰেক্ট মেথড কোড ইউজ কৰা হয় ৰেগুলাৰ গ্ৰাউণ্ড সাৰফেস ফৰ লাৰ্জ স্কেল মেপৰ কাৰণে ডাইৰেক্ট মেথড ইউজ কৰা হয় আৰু হোৱাট ইজ দ্য ডিসএডভান্টেজ ইট ইজ ভেৰি স্লো টেডিয়াছ এণ্ড কষ্টলি আৰু খৰচাও ইয়াতে বেছি হয় whereas indirect method it is the method of cross section method of square metric method these are indirect method so for the road canals railways or alignment of the survey this is widely used small open area karone use kora hoy hilly areas ot eblak use kora hoy tar pisote method of interpolation so interpolation koribole ami tinta mainly method use koro estimation method arithmetic computation method graphical methods etc tar pisote ahile plan table or mainly size to ketiaba hude 60 পৰা 50 cm hobo kisuman table or 75 or pra 60 cm hoy aru kisuman 100 into 75 cm hoy so mainly length and breadth to dia ase tar pisote method of orientation so orientation methods dor karone ami magnetic meridian method back sighting methods these are used তাৰ পিছত মেথড টু সলভ 3 পইণ্ট প্ৰবলেম সলভ কৰিবলৈ কি মেথড ইউজ কৰা হয় মেকানিক্যাল মেথড বা ট্ৰেচিং পেপাৰ মেথড গ্ৰাফিক্যাল মেথডছ আৰু লেমেন ট্ৰায়াল এণ্ড এৰৰ মেথড ইউজ কৰা হয় তাৰ পিছতে মেথডছ অফ প্লেন টেবুল সাৰ্ভে প্লেন টেবুলৰ মেথডত আমি ৰেডিয়েশন মেথড ইউজ কৰো স্মল এৰিয়াৰ কাৰণে তাৰ পিছত ইন্টাৰসেকশন ইউজ কৰো ট্ৰাভাৰ্সিং ইউজ কৰো ৰিসেকশন ইউজ কৰো এটসেট্ৰা তাৰ পিছত ট্ৰানজিট থিওডোলাইট হৈছে আমি যেতিয়া 180 ডিগ্ৰী হৰাইজন্টাল প্লেনত ৰোটেট কৰো তেতিয়া আমি কৰিব পাৰো তেনেকুৱা ধৰণৰ থিওডোলাইটক ট্ৰানজিট থিওডোলাইট বোলে সুইংিং অফ দা থিওডোলাইট যেতিয়া আমি হৰাইজন্টাল প্লেনত থিওডোলাইটটো ৰোটেট কৰো যদি ক্লকৱাইজ ডাইৰেকচনৰ ৰোটেট কৰো ৰাইট সুইং এণ্ড যদি আমাৰ এন্টি ক্লকৱাইজ ডাইৰেকচনৰ ৰোটেট কৰা হয় তেতিয়া হলে আমি লেফট সুইং বুলি কওঁ তাৰ পিছতে face right is basically vertical circle of the theodolite is on the right hand of the side so face right mane vertical side to jodi vertical circle to jodi right hand of the surveyor thake tetia hole face right aru jodi left hand side ot thake tetia face left transiting mane jodi telescope to ami horizontal axis ot vertical plane ot jodi ami rotate koru then it is called transiting parallax ki hoy bahut bar hude parallax is nothing but it is occurs when image formed by the objective lens is not the same plane with the crosshair logor same plane ot jodi ohane teti hole ami eto ko parallax error so parallax keneke elimination kora hoy ami eyepiece ok focus koribo lagibo aru objective lens ok focus koribo tar bisote kisuman fundamental relations ase so aru tar karone kisuman test ase jodi perfectly actually horizontal axis to perpendicular axis leke hoy ase ne nai so jodi perfectly perpendicular hoise ne nai hitu keneke check kore using spear test teneke vertical axis level tubor logot perfectly perpendicular hoy ase nai hitu plate level test use kora hoy tar bisot line of collimination horizontal should be perpendicular to the horizontal aru etu test mainly azimuth test order kora hoy axis of bubble tube should be parallel to the line of collimination etu vertical index test order kora hoy so tachometer ot duta important constant thake multiplying constant tar value to generally 100 hoy that is normally ratio is f/i additive constant is the summation of focal length plus I equal to 0 so generally additive constant to 0 hoy or it is basically f plus I tachometer survey method fixed hair or stadium method and this is movable hair or substance tachometer method and tangential method so some of the formulas regarding stadia hairs these formulas are very important distance and elevations for staff vertical inclined side then distance of elevation formula for staff is normal so mainly this formula is very useful horizontal side ot ami d keneke use koru ks plus c tar pisote minor survey instrument kisuman apnaloke mono rakhibo pare like abney level kyo use kora hoy for the measurement of slope vertical angle tracing grade contour setting of grade etc clinometer ki hor karone use kora hoy angular karone hand level bheke locating a contour preliminary survey pantograph kyo use kora hoy enlarge or reduce the map planometer kyo use kora hoy to measure the undulated area or sextant kyo use kora hoy to measure the horizontal and vertical angles so these are the some of the minor instruments which are used in surveying so hekhini asile gote overall সাৰ্ভেইঙৰ ইম্পৰ্টেণ্ট ফৰ্মুলাজ এণ্ড ইম্পৰ্টেণ্ট থিয়ৰী ৰিলেটেড কনচেপ্ট চ' ইয়াৰ পৰা আপোনালোকে এক্সামত 6 to 7 কুৱেশ্যনছ কমন পাব এই গোটেই এনটিআৰ নোটছটোৰ পৰা চ' সেইখিনি আছিলে আজিৰ ভিডিঅ'টোত যদি ভিডিঅ'টো চাই আপোনালোকে উপকৃত হোৱা বুলি ভাবে কাইণ্ডলি ভিডিঅ'টো লাইক কৰিব থেংক ইউ